Hello, welcome to the Cookie Bookie Club. Today we are talking all things book covers. Do you judge a book by its cover? We are going to discuss different book covers and things about it. Then at the end, we're going to recommend a book that we like and it has a great cover, and a book that we also really like, but maybe it doesn't have the best cover. So stick around to find out what those are. All right, ladies, the question is, do you judge a book by its cover?
Most definitely.
No
Even though you're not
hesitations.
supposed to.
Mary Kate, what about you? Do you think that you judge books by their covers?
I don't know if I judge them by the cover, but I am more drawn to them based on the cover. But most books, I wouldn't be like, oh, I don't want to read that because it's an ugly cover. There can be the most gorgeous cover, and then you read what it's about, and you're like, that doesn't hit for me. But I will say, I do think we did judge The Correspondent by the cover. We thought it was going to be so boring, and we haven't read it, but everybody is talking about it. I see it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should read it.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I mean, for me, I feel like I'm drawn to a book because of its cover. I also know, like, if it is a good story and if it's a good publishing company, they're going to want to spend money on the marketing. So I kind of think about that. But yeah, I'm drawn to the cover and then I read the synopsis. And then if that is intriguing, then I'll kind of like open the book and read a sentence or two and see if I'm getting hooked. That's kind of my process.
I had watched a CBS Sunday morning expose on book covers and the art of book covers and how they've changed over the years, especially in the romance genre. And it was so interesting. And I also didn't realize what big business book covers are.
So what are your favorite book covers? Like what types of book covers do you typically find yourself drawn to?
Well, I found it was interesting when we went to Barnes and Noble this last time that most of mine had floral covers.
Oh,
You know, it just like woodsy. And I think it's kind of like when sometimes I'll watch the same type of movies in a row without realizing it, or even pick the same kind of genre of book. And then Mary Kate, all hers were pink covers. And your books weren't there, Sandra, so you were kind of scattered. Yeah. So
Mom's like rating our book selecting
yeah.
ability.
I did find it interesting when we were sitting there. I mean, we all recognized that Mary Kate had pink books right away, but then I started noticing how they kind of had a woodsy flavor to the outside, but that was just this month, you know.
Yeah.
So
What I did find out was that 57 to 79% of people buy a book based on the cover, but
Okay.
80% of people choose not to buy a book because of the cover, which I think there are many more books that I haven't bought because the cover was not
wait
good.
a second. over over 50% buy it because of the cover, but then 80% not because of the cover. The math doesn't add up.
Because it's not
not-
within the same 100% group.
But I think a big point is the book cover is what brings you to the book to even look to see what the book's about.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can see, oh, yes, I would want to read this book. Because there's plenty of books that the cover has drawn me to it, but then when I read the synopsis, I'm like, no, I can't do any more 1800 stories, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So,
I just
Yeah. Well, and I feel like there's books I judge in a bad way because of its cover more than a good way. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, that book that looks like so
too
dumb.
scary.
You know. Well, yeah.
yeah, I feel mom is like if it looks scary, mom's like,
Yes.
oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so
Or
funny.
demonic. Out
Or
it
like the
goes.
Fabio covers. I would not want those.
Right. Yeah, I
Ah.
want to.
you had the Fabio covers, and then you had 50 Shades of Grey, which
Oh,
just
yeah.
had like a tie on the cover, like a shirt and a tie. You would not guess because I even went up to the bookseller, a small, and I said, "Oh, do you have the book 50
What?
Shades of Grey?" And I bought it, but I've never read it because then I found out what it was about, you know?
If
So,
grandma can read it, you can read it.
Yeah. So who told you to get it? Grandma did?
oh, it was, no, just that it was on like some kind
A
of list or
bestseller
something.
list,
Yeah.
yeah.
Something like that. And then you went to the kind of cartoon characters, I think, you know?
But yeah, like with what mom said, I feel like we all, and I'm sure other people do too, that you kind of go through phases of what you're looking for, kind of like the feeling that you're looking for from a book. And sometimes the book covers can look a certain way, but what's inside doesn't match. Icebreaker. This was one, Mom, that you bought for me that I really wanted because it was just so pretty. And I haven't read it. A lot of people that work at Barnes and Noble and teachers say that they see kids with this book and like parents buying their kids this book because the actual cover is like very cartoon characters and it's just so pretty, but it's spicier than The Fourth Wing. So
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
There's a song by Russ, and he names a lot of spicy romance novels in like it's like little rap flow, and he named that one. It
Really?
says like icebreaker, I'm gonna break you off. So I was like, oh, it's probably a little spicy, but I do think there's a lot of like all of the heated rivalry books. They're all cartoon characters.
Oh,
so I think
yes.
that's a trend with romance.
Yeah, what do you
So
think about
that's
the
that.
cartoon characters on the romances?
I think it's cute.
Yeah, think
I
it's
understand
cute.
that, like, because I know Sandra, you've talked before about, like, how other countries, their marketing is so strict. Like, the Alani drinks, they would not be
Oh,
using
yeah.
those colors that would attract kids. So I think it definitely is just to keep your young children out of the romance
section.
section. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only kind of
Downside.
danger to it is just the marketing for kids to, especially like heated rivalry is just two guys playing hockey on the front.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I feel like if this was a boy, and I will say kids
Yeah.
judge a book by its cover more than anything. Like a kid's not going
Yeah.
to go around and read the synopsis of a book. Like
Right, right.
Once you get to the sequels, it's definitely like they're closer on the covers. But yeah, that first one, that is funny if you're like a young adult and you're just like, oh yeah, I love sports. But I think with a lot of the sport romance novels, that's like they look like just sports. So
well, and so they went from, Fabio being on 400 book covers, and then people were embarrassed to have those type of books and stuff. And so then it has turned into animation. The characters are a little bit more like ambiguous, so then you can think of them in your mind. But just how you go to the romance section and it's all cartoon characters, they all look the same. And you used to be able to figure out which books had more spice, but now you can't really determine that.
Well, so we were talking about Fourth Wing today, and I always bring Fourth Wing, it seems like. But remember, we thought it was a young adult book at first. And,
Yeah.
And then come to find out it's quite spicy. And then there
Yeah,
was
but not really like compared to others. For us, it is.
yeah,
Oh.
to read with your mom. Yeah.
Yes.
A little
Yes.
and
spicy.
not only that, but you would not have a 13-year-old kid read that book either.
No.
There's quite, I mean,
No, they
she
should
gets-
read Flowers in the Attic.
Yeah, that's the book they should
So-
read.
the stand-up guy said another thing about the book, meaning he's talking about the Fourth Wing, this comedian is. Another thing about the book is that from the cover alone, I didn't know when I bought the book I took the wrong screen.
What?
Well, I was taking screenshots, but it said that from the cover alone, he said he did not realize he was buying a smut book. You know,
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't think Fourth Wing is smut.
Is smut. No.
I don't think it is. I think it's an adult book that has adult things happening in it, but it's not like I've
Yeah.
read smut.
that's
That's not what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like adult things that all adults wish happened. You know.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh. But speaking of the Fourth Wing, this is a good segue because if you've noticed, you go into the bookstore and now more than ever, there are decorative edging on the books and sprayed edges, which I found out that's called spreading. Sprayed edges
Which
are
I think, not to
spreading.
make everything dirty in this podcast.
It sounds a little
but
dirty.
that sounds dirty.
It does. It does. Ugh.
I just thought it sounds like muddy. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Fourth Wing was really what drove that to be popular now because the Fourth Wing was Rebecca Yar's first romantasy. So there was a first edition to the Fourth Wing when she released it that there was only so many copies and it had the dragons on the side and it sold out really quickly, and of course like TikTok and Instagram and everything made it really popular, and now those editions are worth like a pretty good amount of money already. And like for a newer book to be money is saying something, I think. But anyway, now it's like every book, it seems like, you know, they're trying to make special editions and sprayed edges and the art inside the books. I have the collector's edition of The Nightingale. And that book, the typical progression of the marketing for books used to be hardcover and then paperback. So you would get like bestseller list for your hardcover release, bestseller list when it came out on paperback. Well, now they do like a collector's edition, you know, that'll have the decorative stuff and the sprayed edges. And so anyway, The Nightingale is 10 years old and or more, because I have the 10-year collector's edition. But it got on the New York Times bestseller list just because it was a collector's edition. So it's like people are like buying all of these different editions of the same book.
Yeah, I definitely think there's an uptake in having books as trophies and like even I think we were talking about that not too long ago where I was like, I want more books on my shelf that I have read, even if I've read it like on an ebook or something. I want to see books that I love on my shelves versus like books I have left to read.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I do, like, I'll listen to an audiobook and I'll know at a certain point, do I want to buy this and put it on my shelf? Just because it's like, oh, memories.
Yeah.
I did want to get your opinion on the spreading. My daughter, the reader, is now, like, against the spreading. Like, she won't pick a book if it has all of the stuff because she just doesn't like that everybody's doing it now, and she kind of feels like it's not going to be good writing if it has, you know, because I think some of them do look cheesier than others, but Mom likes it.
Yeah, I was surprised that she doesn't like it because she's so artistic, and to me, it's another element of art. And at the beginning, for sure, it was a way to stand apart. And I've always tried to do that. Like when I was in art in school, everybody would do something a certain way and I would try to do it a little bit different. Not so people would see it so much, just because I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing.
But now it's almost normal to have a sprayed edge. You know, it is getting overdone.
Kind of
I
like
think it is.
tattoos.
No, I think
It's not like tattoos.
I don't think everyone needs like the book we just got.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs this. I think this feels like really cool and feels like it goes with the book. It makes it better. And then
Yeah.
Ghost
It's one of my
Rider,
favorite ones. Yes.
this one, it makes sense with the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, so I think if it makes sense with the book, if it's like,
If it's just to be done
Like-
because everybody else is doing it.
yeah, like if this made sense with the book, and I know this is a podcast and I'm pointing at things. The Astral Library, the side looks like mermaid,
Yeah.
things, which doesn't
Maybe it'll
go,
make sense once we read it, though.
Maybe, but you shouldn't have to read it for it to make sense. The Ghost
Oh,
Rider,
gotcha.
the pages are burning on the side.
Yes.
And the front is pages burning. Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
for
It creates
the design of
intrigue
it.
too.
So I think
Yeah.
if it doesn't make sense, why are we spraying the edges? It just feels cheesy.
On some of the YouTube videos I was watching, some of the book covers with the Fahrenheit 451, since it is about like book burning and burning. There's one cover edition that in 451, the one is a match that you can actually
That's
take
cool.
out, and
Oh.
the spine of the book is, you know how you strike a match.
Yeah.
So you can
That's
actually
really cool.
Yeah,
That's
that is
really
strike
cool.
a match with that.
Is that
So-
like someone made it themselves, or is that one that is
that
like,
was
sold?
one of the editions that they had, I guess.
Oh, I'm surprised you can even sell that at a bookstore. What if someone tried it out?
It's encased.
Oh, in
it's
case
kind of
someone-
Oh, okay.
It's encased on the cover, so you'd have to actually
Yeah.
like break the glass kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But
that's
you
really
could
cool.
use any match on the spine of it. You know.
That is really like that
Yeah.
is that makes sense, and that I would pay extra money to have
Yeah.
because that's like really cool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because I do see a lot of people are creating their own, like they're doing the spreading and they're like creating their own books. Like a lot of people will take, okay, so I don't like book covers that are pictures of the movie poster. You know, when
Right.
like the movie comes out and then
Yeah.
the book comes out to match with like Ryan Gosling's face on it, like Mom got.
I mean, that one's different, but
Okay. But so a lot of people will like tear off those covers and then they like
yeah.
create a new one that's really pretty. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of becoming its own craft, which I think is kind of neat. And then a lot of people take the covers and
Bedazzled.
they bedazzle
Yes.
them.
Oh, I
Yes,
didn't know that.
I've
I
seen
hadn't
that.
heard that.
I've
Yeah.
thought about doing that.
I know I'm too
Okay,
nervous.
but who has time then to read if you're bedazzling the cover?
Well, you put on your audiobook and then you dazzle as you listen to the audiobook.
That's funny. I could have done it while I was in labor. That would have been a fun thing
Oh
to
my
do.
god.
I would have been throwing rhinestones across the room.
Well, I mean, like the dormant parts of labor.
I have never been in labor, but I can say with confidence I will not be bedazzling anything when that time comes.
Yes, yes.
My
Oh my
favorite
God.
thing, I know this isn't about books, but my favorite thing is when you were having an active contraction and Mom was taking a selfie with you at the hospital.
I don't remember that.
I do.
Yeah. Because you were
Because
like,
you were like, smile. And I was like,
Do you not remember?
Okay,
Where
yeah.
is that picture now? I wonder.
you took
probably, probably in the storage room.
probably in some Facebook album that you
Oh,
have no
gosh.
idea.
So now, what did you find out about? Because sprayed edges, even
Spreadges.
though, yeah, the Fourth Wing was like the first modern one. What about the gold edges
Yeah.
from olden times or whatever?
So what I found out about the golden edges was it was more for practical reasons because of the material. I forgot what it was called, the modern way of preserving the pages, but they used to like wear away at the ends, and so they would put the gold and stuff to preserve the edges. They were preges. They're preges.
I only remember them with like Bibles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
Sandra, I found all those covers that you sent us. It was so interesting that it's so different in Europe versus America, the covers. Like, I was surprised they even had different covers.
In Canada. Yeah. The UK covers versus the US. And a lot of people say like the US ones are so much better. And
I do.
But yeah,
I do.
I think it's
I
just-
do usually
yeah.
like the US versions better. I wonder why. It's probably laws of like production and stuff, because I know there's like with advertising, you can only advertise like when ads get placed. Some aren't approved in other countries. So maybe it's, similar. And like the production has to be out there versus like over here. Whereas I think the US, you can produce things anywhere as long as it's cheaper. Who cares?
right. Yeah, I don't know. But I was going to say how AI is changing just like it's infiltrating every single type of business. Who was it? Sarah Moss, the author of
Yeah.
A Court of
Yes.
Thorns. Yeah.
And roses or something.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
She was
Yes.
just on Call Her Daddy.
I
And
know.
I just bought that book.
Oh, you'll have to let us know how it is.
That
but
you'll buy, but not 50 Shades of Grey. Okay.
yeah.
Why is it the same? I
Fear in her eyes. She's like,
I did not know that. Oh my god.
it's definitely not young adult.
Oh my gosh.
It could happen to you again.
Yeah,
my
but
God.
she was under a lot of fire, or I guess the publishing company or marketing, whoever's in charge of it. But because they use a lot of stock images when they create the covers, and a lot of those stock images are beginning to be generated by AI. So
Oh.
it's becoming
That
pretty
makes sense.
difficult, which is why I personally like when they use a real artist painting, like in The Wedding People or things like
Yeah.
that. I like
Cool.
that. But yeah, I learned that most of the time the authors have no control
Yeah.
over the book cover, which to me is just wild. You spend all this
Yeah,
time writing
yeah.
a book and
Right.
this is what is going to draw people and you have no control over it.
So I think, I was telling you before that I did watch a YouTube video with John Green talking about the book covers, because he's had the same illustrator the whole time
right.
for his book
Yeah.
covers. And he said that he was excited for the book cover person, to read the book, because that's usually the first
Yes.
person outside the family, the publishers and stuff, to read the book. And then they kind of interpret it into the cover. And so I found it very interesting, what he was saying. And then she in turn turned around and said that she likes to think, who is this book targeted towards? So she probably wouldn't do cartoon figures for romance. And she's more like, who needs to read this book? So to grab them,
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. The Great Gatsby was a book where the cover, I don't know if the painting or the cover art was sent to him before the book was finished or if he like sought it out, but either way the book was actually influenced by the cover art instead of the other way around.
Oh,
So, like,
really? Oh.
Yeah, so
It's kind of like when somebody does a movie because they have a certain actor in mind. So they kind of make the movie for the actor.
yeah. Like The Rock. I feel like he would be an actor
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Just thinking of controversy with books, the author of Lolita, he was like super adamant that there not be a young girl on the cover. And there's always a young girl on the cover. Like, so he was very upset about that. Because there's a book that's really popular right now, Half His Age, that book.
Yes.
And the cover's like this.
Yes.
Oh.
That's by Jeanette
so I won't get it.
McCurdy.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want it.
Well,
So
I
it's-
won't pick it up because I'm just kind of like, ugh, like And I think that from the reviews I've read, that is the feeling
Yeah.
that you have the whole time you're reading it, which is an appropriate
Yeah.
feeling. But like, I don't want to feel like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I also like I kind of grew up with her. I loved Sam and Cat. I didn't watch iCarly too much, but she was in those shows and she wrote the book I'm Glad My Mom Died. And
Oh,
so that
okay.
was her nonfiction. So I read her book. Her mom was very
Oh,
abusive and all of this
yes.
stuff, but her book Half His Age, I think is that what it's
Yep.
called?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's her first fiction book, but it's like she has talked about she's writing from experience but putting it to fictional characters because she grew up in the industry where it's kind of like the norm for like
Yeah.
these young women to be with. But I do want that book.
So that's
Yeah.
very interesting because I have never read that book because of the title. And here you picked it up because of the title.
Well, I
Because-
knew
Oh,
like
yeah.
yeah. And I knew her mom was bad. Like I knew it wasn't that like her mom was a good mom, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, titles are important.
Oh.
Color psychology. So, if a book is blue, it's supposed to convey trust and calm.
Okay.
And then red is urgency, passion, and danger. Black is prestige or thriller. And then yellow is optimism or energy. But I remember, like, in art class in high school, I learned that babies can't process the color purple. And so they
Really?
said
That's weird.
How would
Yeah.
they know that?
they surveyed 100 babies.
Yes.
80% of them.
It's
No,
probably something to do with like how their eyes are developing. That's how they would know
Yeah.
that, Mom. Scientists.
because they said that there was like so many serial killers have had a purple baby's room.
Oh.
Oh my God. I thought it was a red room for babies, like makes them angry or something.
I
yeah.
heard yellow. I heard yellow actually makes because during the 70s, yellow,
Maybe
green,
babies are just
orange.
always angry and we just
Yeah.
blame it on the color of the
What-
room.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever color the room was.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we ready for recommendations? So first
Okay.
we'll start with a book that you recommend and it has an awesome cover.
So the first one was Ghostwriter. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
why
Okay.
I had it handy. And it does have the spreading of the pages on fire. So we did this as a book club book, and we definitely picked it based on the cover. Like, we totally saw the cover and was like, yes.
Ooh. And it was good.
It
Yes,
was
it
good.
was.
I really liked this book. It was like a perfect thriller. You know, it wasn't too scary for Mom, but it had so much backstory and so much, I loved it. Ate it up. So yeah, I would say good cover, good book. The Ghostwriter
Good pick. Yep.
is my first one.
Okay. Mom?
Do you want both or you want
Yeah,
mine?
I guess because I only have
Yeah.
one.
And I have
Oh.
9. 9.
Do not. Joke said 10.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I
Mary
get
Kate, why
4?
don't you do your second book?
The second one is Blood Moon.
Oh, that is pretty.
So, this is a young adult novel. What originally drew me to it was I Googled books that are like Vampire Diaries that have vampires in it. And it came up as having vampires in it. And so it is a pomegranate and the juices are pouring out of it. It grabs your attention. Now,
Yeah.
what I will say is it does have the spudging, and I don't like the spudging for it because it doesn't really like yes, there's also flowers on it, but I've literally never noticed them until now I'm talking about it. And then there's flowers on the side. I think this would be fine without honestly any of the flowers. But I definitely saw this cover and was like, "Oh, that cover goes hard. I'm going to read this book." And so I did. I don't read a lot of fantasy. There's a very particular type of fantasy I like, and it is vampires. And apparently now dragon riders. But if you loved like Vampire Diaries, that kind of thing, this is perfect.
Good.
All right, Mom. Okay.
Buckle in.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'll just show you these four right away. It's a lot of orange, okay?
Okay.
And I was surprised I have three of her books, you know?
Well, one of them I gave to you, and you.
Yes.
Have you read it? Have you read it?
I think I have. No, the
I don't
People
think
We
you
Meet
have.
on Vacation is the one you gave me.
No, I gave you Book Lovers.
Oh,
because
then I have.
read it.
I have read that. Yeah. Yes, it's this one I haven't.
Okay, why are you recommending it though if you haven't read it?
No, I'm not recommend. I'm just saying that's a aesthetic.
Okay, you got to be
Okay.
okay.
Okay,
So
so
what do
then, so then this book here, see how it's just orange. So it's basically just an orange sky with a little tiny house on the cover. I would never pick this up, but because of the cover. But I would pick.
doesn't know.
Wait.
Doesn't know.
Okay. The assignment is
Let me get through this. Just let me get through
we
this.
might be doing that
Because
later.
I would recommend this book, though.
I
would
know,
recommend
but
the
that's
book.
the next round.
Oh. Okay. We'll go on to something else then. The book is The House in the Cerulean Sea. And I love his artwork on his books. Okay, so I'm about halfway through this book and I really like it. I would recommend this book.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to read it for book club and I never got it finished. But I would like to finish it. And then I just bought this book and it's by him. And I love the cover.
I don't know what the homework was.
Okay. So I got that.
God.
Okay. So then
If she picked 10 books and not one of them meets the question that you asked her,
Okay.
who is
Okay.
this? That's Sister Jean. That's
Yeah.
from
Oh,
Loyola.
from Loyola.
Wake
Yeah.
Up with Purpose. So I love this book. I keep this in the kitchen, so I am
Oh.
reminded every day to wake up with purpose. And of
Have
course,
you read it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
At
why
least she's
yeah.
read it.
Yeah. And I love it. It's very inspirational. And I think because we're supposed to do something with covers, you know, that way, because of the cover, since it's a picture of Sister Jean, you know it's. And she wrote this when she was like 104 or something like
Wow.
that. So,
So the book that I chose because of the cover was this book made me think of you. And I know Mary Kate did not like this cover. It is like kind of animated, really pretty
not-
stack.
It's
of
not that I
books.
don't like the cover.
Okay.
It's that I wouldn't like pick it based off the cover. Like if
Yeah.
I saw that, I wouldn't pick
It wouldn't
because
pull
of the
to
cover.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to
Because
me,
it-
like, yeah.
Doesn't see these are the covers I'm drawn.
Yeah, the dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is definitely like more whimsy.
Yeah.
And I like
Princess,
whimsy and,
Yeah.
you know, all that. So, and I actually have not finished this book, but
oh, so I'm not the only one.
but I have been reading it super fast. I love it. It's just so sweet. It's like I had said at our last podcast that I don't like books about books because I like to escape in my books and I don't like to be reminded that I'm reading a book. But I love it so much. So I think this will be good. Unless something devastating happens at the end to make me totally change, I would recommend this.
And
Okay.
she's really young, the author.
Libby
That's what Mom
Page?
said. Yeah.
Oh, let's
Mom
see.
said she's like
Yeah,
looks really
because
young.
now I follow
Oh,
her
she's
on
so cute.
Instagram after
Yeah.
she talked about her book. Yeah.
She lives in England with her husband and young son. Now, books that you don't love the cover, but you would recommend.
Okay.
Okay. Me first.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Because
the
I
thing
might go off the rails a little.
Might. Understatement of the century.
yeah. The thing that started it all is the moth.
Oh, yeah.
So I
But I
don't.
love the cover of that
Okay,
one.
it's not about you. So I have the moth. It's a pretty simple cover. It just has like a moth shape
Moth.
around a microphone. I don't know that this would draw me if I'm walking through the bookstore and I have all my dark, moody
Yeah.
Yes.
books that I'm going past. I don't know that this would draw me in. But we all know we love this book. And I recommend this book a lot for people who are like, I haven't read in so long. I really want to read again. This was perfect. It got all of us. Well, Mama has always read,
Yeah.
but it got like me and Sandra. I feel like it got us back into reading because we remembered, oh yeah, that is a fun pastime that we like love.
Yeah.
And
And it's so it's a compilation of stories.
yes,
So
it
it's
makes low
it's,
commitment.
Low commitment, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what else is interesting about that book is that it's the actual book that has been embossed versus a jacket
Oh, yeah.
that
Yes.
could come off.
Yes,
And
which
I
is
love
cool.
the embossed books.
Yes.
I
I
do
do
think
too.
it's so. It is on my bookshelf. It is one of the few that is faced out like this.
Oh, okay.
To where the cover does show. So I do like the cover. I just don't know if like going into an overstimulated
Yeah.
bookstore where there's all these different titles, if I'm picking it over my novels with all the blood all over them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a little like muted. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this book here, not quite dead
Ooh.
yet.
I'm waiting on that at the library.
recommend this
Oh.
all the time. I love this book. What I like about this book is it's a plot I have never heard of before. What?
I have a question.
Yes.
When did that book come out?
2025.
So now you say you have recommended it all the time
Yes.
for the past year.
Yes.
Okay.
Ever since I read it, I recommend it all the time. We bought it when we were in Vermont.
Okay.
Okay. And I had kind of heard about it since it's a Good Morning America book.
And I love
So, and then it's set in the actual town in Vermont that we happened to
oh,
go to.
cute.
So I was like, I have to buy it from the small bookstore in the town that it's
Yes.
mentioned. And now I
Yeah.
just opened inside to find what year, and I didn't realize they have a bunch of brains inside, which is kind of neat. But so that's one that I recommend, but I wasn't drawn to the cover.
So
Okay.
what is it? Can you describe the cover for our listeners?
Well, it turns out, see, I don't know by looking at it, but by opening the cover, turns out it's one of the brain sections, but you
Got
can't
it.
see that underneath the words.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, I would just think it was a blob.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. So, and then the other one that I picked up, I wouldn't have picked up because of the cover.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I have not read it, but I love Tanya French. Any one of her books are great.
you didn't read?
Right,
Mom.
right. But so I bought it because of the author, not the cover. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now, Sandra, you can do yours, but then I have to do my other book cover before we leave. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So mine is Hail Mary. And I wouldn't have ever picked this up based on the cover because there's an astronaut and I just don't read sci-fi books often or at all.
And I also think like your book that you picked is like very cutesy and whimsical.
Yes.
And that because
Yes.
I was the same way that we did that book in one of my book clubs, but I would have never picked it up because it gives boy.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, it's so boy.
And there are
Yes.
it's a lot of boy, but
Yeah.
it's
But that's
it's-
okay
Yes,
sometimes.
yes.
to read
It's
about
so
a boy.
good. It's so good. And I'm reading it because this is actually Isabel's copy, my daughter's, because she read it and then the movie's coming out. I'm listening to the audiobook. I would highly recommend the audiobook because
Oh, really?
of all the science. I It would take me a lot longer because I feel like I would be wondering how to pronounce certain things,
Yeah.
and then there's certain sound. I think it's one of the situations where you should just listen to the audiobook instead of reading it. Okay, Mom, what are
Okay.
your rule breaker books?
I have the one, and it covers a lot of
Oh.
ground. So, of course, Mona's Eyes. I have to bring this in again because of how cute and nice the author was. But now, one of the things that he was talking about is how on the cover in most of the countries besides Dutch is Mona's Eyes from the famous painting. And he couldn't do it in Denmark, okay, this cover, because everybody in Denmark knows that the eyes are blue in the painting, The Dutch Girl. And the cover of the book has dark eyes, okay? But the other amazing thing about this book cover is that because it has 52 works of art that a grandpa and his granddaughter go and look at, and the book cover has all 52
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
in the jacket. So it kind of ends up opening up like a poster would.
Wow. Now, so you read that book, right?
I've started. I haven't finished.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
My
And
mom
the-
and her partially read book recommendations.
So the only reason I had to stop was because of the other book club books that I wanted to get finished. And I'll probably maybe read it while I'm traveling this coming week.
It's everything.
It's like a-
First of all, we have to like sign off. But our next episode should be another book versus movie. We're going to do It Ends With Us, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It ends with us?
There's a lot to talk about with
Wait a
the
second.
trial.
You need to make a reel of everything that mom like doesn't know is happening.
I know.
during-
We read the
What
book
is-
It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. It was, it was triggering for you.
Yes, yes. Okay, yes, yes.
So, but have you
yes.
watched the movie?
Yes, I have. I went with Mary Pat and saw it in the theater.
Okay. Mary Pat is like our famous fourth podcast member.
Yes.
Aw.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll do a book versus movie and
Okay, perfect.
chat about all the drama that's happening.
Yes. Yes. Very good.
Still going on.
I know. Okay, well, Mom, do you want to sign us off?
Okay, it's time to push that button.
That's it?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.